Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. I am back today with another plant video, and today's video is kind of going to be two parts because I have a little mini haul to show you. I've just picked up a couple plants here and there over the past few weeks that I haven't shown you yet. And then the second part of this video is going to be a terrarium tour. Every time I do a houseplant tour, I do show the terrariums, but I don't really go in depth about which plants I have in there. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to show you each plant specifically. So first things first, I will show you the new plants that I got over the past couple weeks. The first three are actually all from Home Depot. They are these little succulents. This one is a Kalanchoe tomentosa chocolate soldier. And all three of these guys were $3.98 each. I was running some errands with my friend. She had to get some gardening shears, and of course I cannot enter somewhere that sells plants without getting new plants. And I actually don't have these guys yet. This one is another Kalanchoe tomentosa, but this one is called Golden Girl. And I have come to learn that I am very good with Kalanchoes. In general, they are a succulent that I tend to be able to keep alive, whereas with plants like Echeverias or Aeoniums, I tend to kill them. Anyway, this one is a little Haworthia or Agasteria. This one is called Little Warty. I thought the name was really cute, and then I picked this one specifically because it has a little baby right there. And it feels really interesting. I think it looks like it would feel squishy, but it's actually very hard. It kind of feels like a snake plant almost. The next one is also from Home Depot, but this is one that Jesse brought home for me one day. He had to stop and pick up some supplies for a landscaping job, and he got me this little one. And he said he picked it because it's called Peperomia Happy Bean. And this one was $5.98. I believe the actual name for this one is Peperomia dolibriformis. I'm not sure how you say it, but if you Google Peperomia Happy Bean, it should pop up for you. And I think it's so cute. I actually do have a little one of this in my terrarium, so you'll see that one in a little bit. And then the next one is a snake plant, or Dracaena. This one I got at Target the other day. I was doing some swimsuit shopping, and Target has a line of live houseplants now. So we picked this one up. This one was, I think, $4.99. And I don't know the exact kind. I do know it is some type of little bird nest Sansevieria. And then this one, I showed you guys a picture of this on my Instagram, but this one is a Sansevieria Black Dragon. And this one is from City Floral. I am pretty sure I paid $19.99 for this one. And it did have a bigger leaf right here, but when I got it home, I realized the leaf was pretty much just hanging on by a little thread. So I did take it off in order to propagate it. And yeah, it has two little pups in there. Super cute. I'm actually going to trade those pups for a couple that Ashlyn is growing. She has a ton of snake plants. They're her favorite type of plant. So I'm going to trade her a couple of those. And then from that same plant shopping trip, here's the leaf that broke off. I have it in water here. And then Ashlyn ended up getting a different snake plant, and part of her leaf broke off, so she gave me this. And I don't know the name of it. I know it's like similar to the Bantel Sensation one that I have. I think it's like Sayori or Sayori. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look that up, and then I'll put the name of it on the screen right here if you're interested. But she got a really big pot, like probably this big around, and she only paid $45 for it, I'm pretty sure. That is it for the little haul portion of this video. I just thought I would throw that in here because Otherwise, I might forget to show you my new ones. But now we will go ahead and take a look at my terrariums. Okay, we are now in my kitchen, and this is the first little terrarium or mini greenhouse that I have. This one is an old betta fish tank that I got from my friend. I upgraded the tank to a 20-gallon for the fish, and I figured I would just kind of upcycle this old tank here. So I just put some leca in the bottom, and then I am gonna pull out these plants so I can show you what I have. So here is what it looks like from overhead, and we will just start with this back one here. So this one is a Paleonia pulchra, and I believe it's sometimes called Polynesian ivy. Mine has a little bit of light damage right there on the leaf, but otherwise it's growing very well. This is that little peperomia I was telling you about, the little happy bean plant. We got this one a couple months ago. It was near death, but it was a peperomia that I don't have, and I love peperomias, so we got it anyway. And there's the actual name of it. I have a couple of little things of pennywort in here, currently flowering for me. Here's the other one. These I got from the flower bin. I'm pretty sure I only paid like $2 for the big container of it. Here's a little pink Fittonia that I got for free from an Etsy order I did last summer. This one I actually need to water real quick because it's looking kind of sad, but roots are coming out the bottom there. This one is a Hoya australis, and this one I actually just rooted in soil. It was a cutting from my bigger plant, and it has really taken off. The roots are coming out the bottom on this one too. I might have to upgrade it to a bigger pot size soon. And then here is my Hoya obovata picta, so a variegated Hoya obovata. It is reverting, I believe, sadly, because this leaf that's new has 0 variegation, but that's okay. And I apologize if you hear my AC kicking on. It is 95 degrees here today, so that's gonna happen a lot. This one is a Peperomia piccolobanda, and this one was dying, and so I figured I would just chuck it in here, and it has really improved since then. I tend to put like my rehab plants or my sick plants into my little terrariums because I feel like it really helps them feel better, the high humidity and the high moisture, and then the plant light as well. This one is my Philodendron brantianum, and this one I've actually had for quite a few years. I think I got this one in 2019, and it used to be much larger, but over the years has gotten sick, and so I ended up chopping it down to the soil, and this is all regrowth. Then I have 2 little orchids in here. So this one is a jewel orchid cutting. The mother plant is actually right here on my coffee table. And then some vanilla planifolia cuttings. I did have a very large and beautiful plant of this. Sadly, it was the victim of some pest snails. I was able to save quite a bit of it. It's in my homemade terrarium with my Nepenthes plant in my bedroom. That's everything in this terrarium. Now we are in my living room. We are looking at my other terrarium made from yet another fish tank. This was an old cherry shrimp tank that I converted into a little greenhouse as well. And this one has a much stronger light, so I tend to put succulents and that kind of thing in this one. And it does not hold on to humidity as well as my other one. In here, I have a random cup of baby succulent propagations. I actually don't know what a lot of these are. They are just random leaves from random plants that I have. I have a couple pieces of Ripsalis in there, and then some orchid cactus, and I think a piece of a Caralluma. And then this one is some kind of succulent that I got from Target. I, again, do not know the kind. Next, I have some Kalanchoe humilis babies. And they do have some roots going down in there. And then another Kalanchoe. I got the mother plant from Home Depot and I gave it a huge haircut. And these are all little babies. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I will put it on screen for you. It's really cool because in direct sun, this one will also turn pink and white. You can see some of the white variegation starting to come out. Over here, I have a little angel wing begonia. It's not looking too hot, but that's okay, it is alive. And then I have two different begonia Rex plants. Ooh. This one here is a red kiss, I believe. And then I actually have no idea what this one is. It might be the same. I don't think so because it has kind of a different shape of the leaves and kind of a different color pattern, but I could be wrong. And then I have a Hoya retusa. Oop, sorry. And this one was really sick and wrinkly and dying, and again, I tend to put rehab plants in here. It is doing a lot better since then. This one that I just knocked over is a little wax begonia, and this I actually grew from a cutting from my outdoor begonias last year, and it seems really happy in here, so I'm not gonna move it. Here I have some type of succulent. I actually do not know what kind. And then here is all that's left of my purple passion plant. This one I had chopped down to the soil because of bugs. So this is all new growth, and these guys are divas. It was wanting water like 3 times a week, so I put it in here and it loves life now. Here I have some type of succulent. I have zero idea what kind. This one I purchased last summer to put on my balcony, and surprisingly I have kept it alive this whole time. Here I have a little trailing crassula. It's not looking very happy either, but it is alive and growing. And then the last one in here is a random mix-up of little nodes from various plants that I'm just kind of seeing if they will grow. I think that one might be a Cebu Blue, and then that one I think is an Exotica node. I'm not sure. We'll see if they keep growing, what they turn into. But that is everything in this little terrarium. And lastly, I have a couple of homemade terrariums. You can see it's homemade because of this sticker residue I was too lazy to scrub off. This one was like an old pretzel tin, and this one was a peppermint container from Sam's Club. But in this little one, I have growing on some perlite, some Peperomia prostrata cuttings, or string of turtles, and then a couple pieces of Hoya curtisii. There's some roots coming out there. And then some Peperomia Ruby Cascade cuttings. And then in this one, here's that Nepenthes and Vanilla Orchid that I mentioned earlier. I got the Nepenthes from Home Depot for like $3 last year. And it's growing a lot, actually. I think it's actually working on a new pitcher. Yeah. There's a new little baby pitcher forming. And then there is the remains of my Vanilla Planifolia orchid. Every little piece that I made a cutting of actually did root, and it is actively growing, so I think it's gonna make a pretty nice comeback for me. And I made this terrarium with just some leca and soil layered together, and then I have a little bit of sphagnum moss surrounding the Nepenthes. And there is this little unidentified plant growing in here, but I just thought it was cute, so I let it do its thing. Alright, that is it. I'm about to cut back to my face. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.